Thing of the week, it's your e-ink thing of the week. Yeah! About a month ago, I highlighted a couple videos, one for an e-ink monitor using the Kaleido 3 screen released by Dayung, and then a week or two later, BigMe then released their own as well. And both of them had campaigns, one on Kickstarter, the other on Indiegogo, that have now wrapped up. So I thought it might be interesting to do a check-in to see how those campaigns did, and then a reminder about what you can look forward to on this channel going forward as it relates in particular to the BigMe all-in-one PC. But let's take a quick look at how those campaigns ended. So we'll start here with the Dayung campaign, which is on Indiegogo. And I should point out that these were not the traditional campaigns you think of when you've got a company and they're looking for funding to get their product over the line and that sort of thing. This is actually two companies that really were using these platforms for pre-sales purposes. So there's never any question that they were going to close the campaigns out successfully because they set the bars very low. So that virtually if you sold one or two of their devices, they were going to meet the goals of the campaign. So this is really about pre-sale, about advertising, about getting interest for the products. So it is curious though to see what interest they were able to receive. And here we can see here that Dayung sold almost 400 of these e-ink monitors, and that was for about $650,000 in USD. So it's a decent campaign, but 400 monitors isn't a lot. And I think it does reflect the cautious nature that people have around these particular devices, which I think is more than appropriate. I think that seeing these out in the wild and understanding how they might be beneficial or might not be beneficial makes a lot of sense for a lot of people. So I think what you're seeing is cautionary first steps by first mover type folks around these types of devices. If we go to the BigMe campaign, very similar. It was on Kickstarter as opposed to Indiegogo, but they also saw limited interest. They only sold about 100 of these monitors. BigMe's campaign was slightly different in that in addition to a colored Kaleido 3 monitor, they're also selling a all-in-one computer with the Kaleido 3 monitor. So they had that additional wrinkle, whereas Dayung was selling two types of monitors, one being a flat screen and the other being slightly curved. And then they also had the option of whether there was front lighting or not. The BigMe monitors all had front lighting. So that's just some differences between the two. What was interesting in particular about that all-in-one PC is that only 9 people in total backed that option. So talking about being cautious, there wasn't a lot of interest expressed. But having said that, I was one of the backers, and I did formally back the all-in-one PC. So again, I'm not surprised at the lack of interest because of the price points of these products and because of the question marks about how will they ultimately perform and where do these actually fit in. But nevertheless, I remain actually really intrigued by this all-in-one PC. I have so many questions about it, and so I'm excited to have backed it. It should arrive in December, at least in theory, and when it does, I plan to do full reviews on this, both in terms of the monitor aspect as well as the all-in-one PC aspect, and even thinking about, well, what are some uses for this product outside of the more obvious ones as a standalone computer? What other applications might be available, and do those make sense? So I'm kind of excited about this, despite the lack of general interest. It just has captured my imagination for reasons I can't explain. And so you'll be seeing those videos on this channel in the future. Anyway, I wanted to just provide an update of where things stood and where we're going, and probably won't mention this again until it arrives, and then we'll start doing some video reviews. All right, until then, thank you very much. Hope you have a great day.